Hello guys, today we are gonna talk about communication in business. What is effective communication and why is it necessary? Communication is when a message transferred from the sender to receiver who understands the message. The message is the information or instructions being passed by the sender to the receiver. We communicate every day by talking, chatting, by texting, or etc. But we need to learn how to communicate effectively. Effective communication means that the information or message being sent is received, understood, and acted upon in the way intended. In business, ineffective communication or communication failure could result in serious problems. If you don't communicate, we would be working as individuals with no coordination with anybody else in the business. The management whose tasks are guiding, consulting, instructing, and commanding subordinates could not be done if they can't communicate with them. Why do people within business need to communicate with each other? Here are some common messages found in the workplace. For example, the sign that says no smoking, or letter which is written like you are fired because you're always late, or sign that says don't touch, or notice board that's written that there will be a fire drill at 11 today, for example. So there are many more things that are communicated, but consequences would be severe if these matters are not communicated effectively. The process of effective communication. Effective communication involves four features. They are as follows: the transmitter or sender who sends the message, the medium of communication, the receiver who receives the message, and the feedback. So let's start from the definition of the transmitter or sender who sends the message. This is the person who wishes to pass on the information to others. And this person has to choose the next two features carefully in order to make sure that the communication occurs effectively. A medium communication or method for sending the message, for example, a letter or notice board. A receiver of information is the person to whom the message should be sent, and feedback is where the receiver confirms that the message has been received and responds to it. There are two types of communication: one-way and two-way communications. Let's look at the first one, one-way communication. One-way communication is when there is no feedback required for the message, or the receiver is not allowed to reply. For example, no smoking sign. And when we look at the two-way communication, it is when feedback is required and both people are now involved in the communication process. This could lead to better and clearer information. Advantages of two-way communications are as follows. First one is the sender. The sender can now know whether the receiver has understood and acted upon the message or not. Second one is if they have not, the message might have to be sent again or made clearer. Effective communication takes place only if the message is understood by the receiver and both people are involved in the communication process. This makes the receiver feel more important, which might motivate them to make better contributions to the topic discussed. Types of communications. So there are two types of communications: internal communication and external communication. Let's first look at the internal communication. Internal communication is between members of the same organization. For example, the boss talking to her or to his subordinates, a report sent to the CEO, notice on the table or board, later written to an employee, or meeting with all workers within a firm. So these are the examples of internal communication. So you have task, you have to complete this task and please send me by EduPage, guys. So what you have to do now. Suggest 3 more examples of internal communication from a business or your school or college, and give details of the message to be sent and the method you think should be used to send it, and justify why you have chosen these communication methods. Please send me, don't forget, please. Second type of communication is external communication. External communication refers to messages sent to people or organizations outside the business. For example, orders for goods from suppliers, talking to customers about prices and delivery times, asking customers to pay bills on time, and advertising to the public. External and internal, both types of communications almost the same, but only the difference is that who is being communicated with. Why external communication has to work well? Because external communication can greatly affect the efficiency and image of a business. Here are some cases which ineffective external communication might turn out to be very dangerous. For example, the finance manager writes to the tax office inquiring about the amount of tax that must be paid this year. And the sales manager receives an order of 300 goods to be delivered by next Wednesday. Or the business must contact thousands of customers who have bought a product which turned out to be dangerous. An ad must be put into the newspaper so that customers can return the product for a refund. So here from these examples, you can see that how it can affect. Again, you have another task. Suggest 3 more examples of external communication from a business or your school or college, and give details of the message to be sent and the method you think should be used to send it. And then justify why you have chosen these communication methods. For today, we finished our topic, and thank you for your attention, guys, and see you in our next lesson.